Let the screams begin. Death is salvation. Bow before your damnation. Forfeit your soul.
Hey guys, welcome back. We are playing Mordekaiser today. AP Bruiser top lane. Very strong in extended fights and can also do really well in 1 vs 2s because of his ultimate. So his passive, his auto attacks will deal permanent bonus magic damage. And then the second part of his passive, so whenever you damage an enemy champion or a monster, you get some stacks, and then at 3 stacks then you get this ring around you that deals damage based on the target's maximum health. So this is a champion that can do really well against bruisers and tanks as well. You just want to watch out the one here guys, because it's a Darius and he's gonna absolutely destroy us, so you just have to stay back, and then we farm with Q, which is our damaging ability, and this ability here deals way more damage if you hit a single target, because the damage will be increased. So when you fight with an enemy champion, then try to isolate the target first and then try to hit them with a Q. That's going to deal way more damage than if you just hit them inside a minion wave. Your E is your CC ability, and the passive is pretty much a free word staff in the late game. It gives you free magic pen, so that's why you don't have to buy word staff on this champion, so you can just build AP items and then tank items as well. But the E is your main, engage tool. Try to gap close, drag people towards you, and then you smack them in the face with auto attacks and your Q. And that's pretty much what you do until you get your ultimate. Your W guys, so you're gonna store some of the damage you are dealing and also some of the damage you are receiving. And that's the gray bar right below your HP. And then if you activate that W, then you're gonna get a shield based on the damage you dealt and the damage you received. And then if you recast your W, then you're gonna get some healing instead of the shield. So this is also to help you be super strong in extended fights. So what you can do guys is that you stack up that W passive first before going for trades, and then you can look for an all-in. When you play against the Darius though, then you really want to make sure that you're going for short trades. Mordekaiser is a champion that shines in extended trades, but Darius has a super OP passive, the bleed passive, so he's gonna win a lot of extended trades at this point in the game. So once you go for short trades, where you just drag him in with the E, smack him in the face with the Q guys and an auto attack if possible, and then you can use that W to counter some of the damage that you are receiving. Especially against the Darius, make sure that when he uses his Q, you are in melee range, so straight on top of him, or you're out of range, because if you get hit by the outer edge of the Q, then he's gonna deal more damage, and he also applies his passive and he's gonna heal. So short trades is what you want to be doing against the Darius, and that's why he's super low HP right now. Just drag him in with the E like this, and he goes down. We're gonna survive with a little bit of HP, and now we get the ultimate. That's the fun part, because you get to banish a single target into another realm, and then just get to fight each other in a 1 vs 1. This is really strong because it makes it very hard for the enemy jungler to decide when to gank you, because you always have, when you have this ultimate up, then you can always ult somebody, and they're gonna be stuck in that ultimate. They will not be able to get out unless they have QSS. The QSS item, cleanse, will not help. They need the QSS or the GP's W. If they don't have that, then they will be stuck in your ultimate. And while they're stuck in that ultimate, guys, then you get to take some of their stats, so you become really strong during that ultimate. And if you kill them, then you keep the stats until they respawn. So this is a champion that can do insanely well in team fights. What's really cool about this ultimate is the fact that you can completely deny the enemy jungler. Let's say you play around the Baron, right, and the Baron is almost getting to low HP. You can just ult the enemy jungler, and then your jungler can get a guaranteed last hit on the Baron. So it's a very good way of shutting down a specific target. It can also be a really fit assassin because you are playing a bruiser, so you're gonna be super tanky no matter what. So even against a fit assassin, you should still be able to win a lot of the time. So you can also protect your AD carry that way by just ulting the super fit target, and then you just destroy them in the ultimate. You get some of their stats, and then you can destroy the rest of their team. But before you go for trades, try to play on the W, try to get it stacked up. Of course it also works on minions, so you can try to hit them as well. Stack up that W, and then once it's close to full or full, then you can go for trades, because then you get a bigger shield as well. And the ultimate is something you can use straight away. As long as you know that you can win that 1 versus 1 fight, then you can just use it as the first thing in your combo. Your ultimate only lasts for 7 seconds though, so make sure that you can actually finish off the target before you decide to go for that ultimate. So the first item I bought was the Bramble Vest, and if you look at the enemy team, they have a lot of AD damage. And the Darius also relies on healing from the outer part of his Q, so we can deny a lot of people with a single item. That's why I went for that first. So just gonna sit on that Bramble Vest, guys, and then we're gonna go for the core item. So that would be the Rift Maker. That's gonna give you a ton of extra damage in extended fights, and that's why Mordekaiser is really strong. So we finished off the Darius right here. So we get to keep some of his stats until he respawns, and he's respawning really soon, and then we're gonna lose it. So it doesn't do much right now, but in the mid game and in the late game where the death timers are super high, that's why you get to keep the stats for a longer duration, so it might be able to help you out a lot more. But it's actually also strong in the early game, because if a jungler ganks you and you take some of Darius' stats, then that's of course also going to help you a lot in that last 1 versus 1 fight once he goes down. It's really fun to play Mordekaiser, because even if you get ganked, then you can still force that 1 versus 1. You can destroy that person and then turn on the jungler as well. And he's also in a really good spot right now, so super fun to play. That ultimate is also insanely fun to use, because you can just ult the AD carry. They will not be able to escape that zone at all. Doesn't matter if they flash, they need QSS. They don't have QSS, then they're not getting out. At the same time, no one else can target you. They can see where both of you are moving around in that ultimate, because you and the target you ulted are displayed as some kind of orbs. So they can like see 2 orbs moving around, but they will not be able to target you, they will not be able to damage you or anything at all. They have to wait until somebody dies, until your ultimate expires, or if the target uses QSS or an ability with a QSS effect, like the Gangplank W. You just want to keep pushing in the top lane. He's not very strong at roaming, but of course you can pull off roams if you have the ultimate. And also, it's also important to know that your ultimate does not get rid of towers, so if you ult somebody at that tower, then you'll still be receiving damage from the tower, so it's not that OP. And if you want to wave clear fast, guys, then you just eat a wave. It's gonna drag in the minions and then you can just Q them, and that wave should be close to gone. Just keep pushing here. Riftmaker is the first core item. Works amazing with champions who shines in extended fights, so Mordekaiser. And he's not reliant on mana, so this is the item you want to be going for every single game. Just keep pushing here, especially if you are the strongest in a 1 vs 1. FK push, and if the jungle tries to gank you, you can just hold them, kill them, and then just keep pushing.
An enemy has been slain.
As you can see, the single target damage from your Q is absolutely insane. That's a massive damage increase. And you are really going to notice that if you try to Q them while they're inside a wave and then try to Q them once they're isolated. Just keep pushing here. We got the kill on the Darius. And you know that passive, the ring that deals damage based on the maximum health, it also works on monsters, so you have very easy time when you want to clear out the jungle camps as well. We're just sitting the tower, kill all the minions, so we deny as much as possible from the Darius. So he's gonna lose that entire wave guaranteed.
Has destroyed a turret. Enemy double kill.
Just like that, can go ahead and recall sitting on a ton of gold, so we can get pretty much any component we want. We're gonna get the Riftmaker here, guys, and we're gonna get the armor boots. They have a ton of AD on their team. The only AP is the Echo, and we don't really care about that, guys, so we are denying 4 people at the same time with the Bramble Vest and the armor boots as well, and that's especially going to hurt their AD carry. Now that we took down the mid tower, so mid game pretty much started at this point, you can keep pushing in the side lane if you have teleport up, or you can also look for fights with your teammates. Try to catch somebody who's overextended, ult them, get a kill, and then maybe turn that into a free objective. And that's pretty much what you want to be doing the entire game. So our teleport is almost up, so we can just go back to the top lane here, and if something happens then we can just TP in. Oh, another thing, guys, your E, so even though it's mainly used to drag somebody towards you, you can also use it as an escape tool. So when you're escaping, then you want to be aiming it in front of you, so it's gonna drag people away from you as well. So you use it the opposite way of what you would normally do when you try to drag in people, because that's gonna push people back. So that's good to use when you want to run away from somebody, but that's not really something you do very often when you play Mordekaiser. You just smack people. And this is pretty much why he's so fun to play, because even if you get camped, you have that ultimate up, you can still force that 1 vs 1. You have 7 seconds to kill somebody and then take their stats. Just keep pushing here. When you sit on a lot of gold, then just base, guys, because it's not worth it to lose a massive gold bounty because you just wanted to take another wave. Just recall, buy your items, and then get back into the lane. Right now we can just destroy anyone in a 1 vs 1. We are insanely fat right now, so of course we don't really care about that, but in a normal game where you don't snowball that hard, where you still have a bounty, then just recall. Got another tower for free here, so we're really snowballing this lead we have. At the moment, sitting on a ton of gold again. Next item will be the Demonic Embrace. That's like a core item, so you get the Riftmaker, you get the boots, and then you get the Demonic Embrace. That's really going to amplify that damage you get from extended trades, and that's also going to absolutely shred bruisers and especially tanks. Because they're gonna take a ton of damage based on their health. So we are at the point where we will be doing objectives as a team, and this is where you can just if the enemy jungle is trying to contest the objective like a dragon, like the baron, then you just ult them so they will disappear from the map, and then your jungle gets a free smite onto the objective. That's a guaranteed objective, so try to use your ultimate like that if you think the enemy jungler can potentially steal the objective away. And even though QSS can completely deny your ultimate, guys, you are still making the opponent potentially waste money, because not every champion can make use of the QSS upgrade. You know, if a mage buys that QSS item, they're spending a lot of gold on an item that they pretty much can't use. So even though it counters you, it's still really good for your team, because you delay their power spikes. He tries to flash away right here, but it does not matter. When you have that ultimate up, guys, you can just auto attack him to death and he's gonna disappear just like that. You know, if you meet an AD carry in the mid game here, just ult them and then kill them, and that's pretty much it. That's how simple it is. Even if you miss your Q, it has a lot of damage, but even if you miss it, then keep in mind that your passive makes it so your auto attacks deal bonus magic damage, and that's gonna scale with AP. So as you get more AP, then your auto attacks also hurt for a ton. So we have Riftmaker, we have the boots, we have Demonic Embrace. This is a massive power spike for Mordekaiser. This is why he's just super OP to fight. It's very hard to fight him in a 1 versus 1. He gets so much extra damage from his passive, his ultimate as well, so this is why you want to start carrying the game. You know, if you can't find kills in the top lane, then you want to carry the team fights. Just use the ultimate on the jungler or a super fit guy or the carry as well, doesn't matter. Kill somebody with that ultimate and then use those bonus stats you get to kill the rest. You can see that W does give you a massive shield, but if they have Serpent's Fang, then it's really not going to do a whole lot, guys, because Serpent's Fang counters healing. But we have a free Void Staff at this point, because of the E passive giving us a ton of free magic pen. So we never have to buy Void Staff, so you can use that extra item slot to get something else. More AP items or even a tank item, depending on what you need. It's important that you build him like a bruiser though, because you're a melee champion, you want to be frontlining, right? You want to fight everyone in a melee range, so you will be receiving a lot of damage. So it's important that you're also tanky, so you can survive all of that burst damage. We can just keep pushing in the side lane. You're pretty much a split pusher. The only problem is that you are insanely immobile. You don't have any mobility whatsoever, so it's very easy to kite you in teamfights. They have an Ashe or something, you know, the AD carry. She can just perma-slow you with the auto attacks, and if they have Everfrost and stuff like this, then it is going to be very hard for you to find and engage. That's why if they have that, then you want to be trying to flank people, you know, get around vision and then ult the carry. We just keep pushing here, and since we have the ultimate out, then we don't really have to worry about the enemy team. If they try to engage onto us in a 1 vs 3, 1 vs 4, then we just ult somebody. And then use their bonus stats to take out the rest. Now we have enough gold for Thornmail. At this point it's alright to get it, the upgrade. You just want to sit on the Bramble West in the early game, guys, and then you can upgrade that after you get the first core item. So you get the boots and then you get the Riftmaker, and then you can upgrade it if needed. If not, then you can just delay it until you get another item. Q is absolutely amazing. Amount of damage if you get to that single target damage point. It's gonna shred people and it's gonna nuke the carries.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Darius even has magic resistance from his runes, but also from the mercs. And it's not gonna matter, and we took almost 0 damage.
Has been slain.
That is the power of Mordekaiser. You get his passive going, you get the Riftmaker going, and you also get the
Killing spree.
Demonic Embrace going. And it's gonna be really hard to win against you in a 1 vs 1, even 1 vs 2, 3, 4 and so on. So we got a fully ranked ultimate, guys, so the cooldown is a lot lower. Of course, incredibly important because Mordekaiser is all about that ultimate. So when you have that on a low cooldown, that's only good, of course. We're just gonna disappear just like that. Nobody will be able to fight us at all, guys. Usually you want to go for, if you can hit everybody with your Q or your ultimate, right, then you just want to go for the fed one. And that's usually the assassin, because this meta is full of assassins, so you can just take them out. You can also go for the AD carry. If there's somebody on the enemy team who can solo carry the fights, then you can just also ult them, take them out. And then your teammates will be fighting in a 4 vs 4 without their fed member. So there are lots of different ways you can use your ultimate, but it's really OP if they don't have QSS. That Severe almost died. Without this Severe getting that invisibility from the dust plate. As you can see, you're getting that passive when you damage monsters, so you can also, if you pushed out the top wave and you don't have anything else to do, you can just walk straight into your jungle or the enemy jungle, take away the camps as well, because you can do them pretty fast because of your passive. And your E will take out the shield from the skull crab because it is CC. Silence also works, but we don't have that, so you can do a lot instead of just AFK in top lane. And that passive is just gonna refresh when you keep damaging champions or monsters, so you can actually keep it up permanently as long as you keep damaging them. We got a really easy Baron. Of course they're not able to contest, and even if they try, I'll just press that R on the Y and then she's gonna disappear. We get the Baron. We can use that to end the game with. So we already have the 2 core damaging items, and then we also have a free void staff in that E, so at this point you can just go full tank. If you want to, because it's gonna allow you to frontline a lot better. You can tank for your team, and you can also make sure that an assassin can never burst you down. But if you want to have even more fun, then you can also just build AP and then just one-shot people. It depends on what you want, but a bruiser build is the most viable. So I go a combination of AP items and a combination of HP and tank items. So the mid lane is down. I'm just grouping with a team right now because we might as well do it, right? We are so far ahead. We have the Baron as well, so we can just group. I don't have teleport up, so if they get caught while I'm pushing top lane, then they might lose the fight. So I'm just gonna stay with them. Mid lane is down, so we just have to go bot, clear out the wave, and then if somebody is trying to be annoying, we just hold them and kill them. So that's all there is to it. So this champion is pretty simple to play, guys. So it is something you can pick up if you're looking for an AP champ top lane. Now Mordekaiser is strong against bruisers and tanks, but he does struggle against split pushers, you know, champions who are even stronger in extended fights. Tryndamere, Jax, Fiora and so on, they're gonna be really difficult to deal with later on because they are even better in extended fights. They're gonna wipe you out. But other than that, then he's pretty good into a lot of different champs. But that was it for this video, so I hope this was helpful. As always, thanks so much for watching, guys, and see you all in the next one.